All right, here with Amanda Nunes, who is about to embark on a 6-week coaching reality series, all of that stuff. First thing I wanted to ask you was, obviously, your next fight is going to be a very big one against Julianna Peña. Did you want to do this reality series and all of this stuff before it, or did you kind of have to be talked into that part of it?
Yeah, I feel like every fighter want to do this, especially in our level. I feel like show a little bit, like our experience, what do we have to share with all those fighters in the house. I feel like it's going to be cool. I feel like a lot of fans want to see too, me and Julianna face, I feel like it's going to be a little bit talk, especially Julianna have a big mouth. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's going to be exciting. And to build it for our next fight, I feel like the house is going to be the key.
Mm-hmm. You feel like the build-up to this fight is going to feel a lot different for you just because the situation is so... We haven't seen you lose in a long time, Amanda. So do you feel like it's going to be this new feeling of like you got something to prove, you're not expected to we saw how the first fight went?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the history have been amazing, So I feel like now is of course, it's about the belt, but it's for me, it's like more step in the cage 100%, prove I'm really better than her. Mm-hmm. So I was be able to prove in our last fight, mm-hmm. So for me, is the next fight's gonna be way even bigger than our last.
I've heard you say that a few times. You want to be 100%, and I know you don't. All fighters, they don't want to make excuses after a loss. But when I hear you say, I want to be 100%, you weren't 100% the first time you fought? Is that what you're saying? What was going on with you in the first fight?
Actually, look back to my whole camp for this fight. Of course, it was a mess, And I always want to put in my head, like, I was okay, I can do this. So, because we are like that, we want to go through whatever, to step in the cage. And my first fight against her fell through. I got COVID, so all those things, And in my second fight with her, the camp, like I went through a couple issues as well that I was be able to really show up at the gym every day 100%. So, but like I don't want to let that fight go again. Mm-hmm. I don't think it would look good for me. Mm-hmm. That was, I feel like, my big mistakes for that. I don't want to look bad, as letting that fight go once again. Mm-hmm. So, and I did, I pay for my mistakes. I supposed to listen to the doctor. I supposed to listen to my body. I know always show up how I always do, 100% in the gym, full camp. And was obviously in the fight, I really show how my camp was. So, and yeah, I feel like I pay for.
When you go back and you think about that, was that a mistake on your part, or is that just that's the sport sometimes? Because it's hard to pull out of a fight twice, right?
It's very hard to pull out, but I feel like if you have a strong voice, maybe tell me don't do it, you know 100%. I feel like if the people around me really wanna not letting me fight and pull the fight for maybe later, I might. But I will never know at the same time, I want to fight so bad. So, I feel like it's a mistake at the same time too, and both together.
What was the issue? It was a health issue?
I have actually bad, my both knee was pretty bad. I know always be able to recover.
Okay.
And I went through, every time that I training back home, and then the next day I need to walk. So, but I don't want to make excuses, It's not I did that, I pay for my mistakes, but I want to do a full camp, and I didn't.
But did you need surgery or anything on your knees?
No, actually, I needed time off. I cannot do I cannot turn, do all the things that I have to do, do jiu-jitsu that much, wrestling. It's I know was pretty much I was doing only hands, strike or whatever I'm gonna do for conditioner. We use only my arms, so that caused me my belt.
Yeah, and were you? I imagine your shape. Were you in as good a shape for that?
Actually, because I didn't train as much, I give attention straight to my food. So I wanna be healthy, at least don't suffer because I know what's running, and the way I lose my weight is do a long run, all those things. I lose weight easy like that, but like I know what's be able to do. So I have to really take care of my food, take care of my weight, you know. And then I focus on that. Say like, okay, I'm not gonna be 100% doing the sparring, all those things, but at least I'm not gonna suffer when I get there overweight because I cannot do anything else, bicycle, things like that. But like, the way I like to lose weight, I'd always be able to do. So, and I look very good in the whole week of the fight. And like my body was exactly how I was thinking I won. But like my time was off, you know, pretty much everything. Everything was like went down in the hill, pretty much. Everything was in my control. So, and I got caught too in the fight. You know.
Did you start to feel that in the locker room, or did you start to feel that when the fight started?
How you know that?
Yeah.
I did it. I felt that. I felt that I was warm up, and my body was especially my arm, because I overdid it so much. Everything was with my arms only. Like conditional, I always only do arm, like boxing, like everything. I just did upper body more, and I was doing a couple things with my legs, but like not that much to no make worse, and I not be able to move forward in my camp. So I did enough to like letting me go through as much as possible. And when I was warm up, it's like I was like, that's not how my body, you know, like I've been in this game for like 5 years with the belt, fight for the belt, you know. My body never felt like that. And when I did my last warm-up to walk to the cage, I really felt my arms like heavy, you know. So, but you know, it is what it is. I feel like the build up for the fight too. If your body not 100%, it's like that thing really can play too, you know. So, yeah, and in the beginning, the second round, I got caught. I watched the fight back, and I told Nina I never got caught before. So I never felt. I never is gonna know how it is. So when I watched the fight back with Nina, I saw she did a Superman punch. She looked like it was a jumping overhand, something like that. So got right here in my head. After that moment, you can see clear. I lost my balance, and everything started to really look very bad. So a lot of people say like my conditioning. No, when you get caught, if you never have experience, not even in the gym or whatever, get caught, you don't know how you're supposed to feel or handle that moment, you know? So when I felt, I'd always be able to recover, and everything started like getting worse. I didn't even was prepared for, and especially get caught and they have to do it. So everything like was a mess, and cost my belt, and I'm here today to get that thing back. Actually, giving me like a different feeling to chase for something.
Yeah.
For so long in my career, like I was very comfortable, and now kind of like, oh, this is kind of very good feeling actually.
Yeah.
You know, because I chase now. I'm chasing for that thing again.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like giving me motivating me that I wanna, like after having the belt for so long, I say like how I keep this, you know, and now I'm here like very motivated and then ready to go again.
Yep. Does it make the loss easier to take? Do you feel like I am better than her? I just was not myself that night. Does that make it easier to handle the loss?
Yeah, for sure. We all know I'm better than her. We all know I didn't show up that night. But if you can see the first round, I still like really doing what I'm supposed to do. You know, I take her back, I take her down, I connect a couple punches. She even fell in one of those punches. So But of course, I know she's gonna move forward. I know Julianna is those kind of fighting, and I fight people like that before, you know. So I knew all those is gonna happen, but it is what it is. I really take that, you know, really. I don't have time to be sad, honest, you know. My life is so good to be sad because I lost the belt, you know. I make so many history with this belt, you know. UFC is so good to me, you know. They do everything for me, you know. They make my life really change, you know. So I feel like it's nothing that I can be sad here, you know. Just to be grateful to be in this company, you know. UFC like so good, you know. Dana, like I didn't even can say anything about Dana because what I ask him, he do for me. Whatever I tell him, and he do for me. Like UFC is just very good to me, and they changed my life.
Well, last thing for you, and I know you've been asked this quite a bit, but can you talk about this decision to leave American Top Team? How long did you kind of know that this was going to happen, and why is it the correct move for you?
Honestly, like I still can walk in America Top Team. Honestly, I feel like I as a fighter, I always want to open a private gym for me. You know, like I always want to be able to have like all my pictures in the wall. You know, like I feel like my belts out there. I always want to have a space for me. You know, I feel like we did everything. You know, I did it for the gym did it to me. The coach, you know, Dan Limber, always like good to me. So, but at one point in my career, I kind of like I lost the belt, so I'm gonna do like some changes, and I'm gonna open my gym and then running the way I want. I feel like if I want to do that, why not? You know, I feel like they did anything bad to me. I did anything bad for them. I feel like just how it is. You know, life is like that. Sometimes you want to do something. I want to open a gym if I want to go back to Brazil. So you know what I mean? It's like it's just like changes that I want to do. And I feel like they have a lot of girls there too. I feel like that's a good starter. Have younger girls, you know, they can really work on them. I feel like for me right now, it's good for me to have my own. You know, I want to train with the other coaches too. I want to bring other coaches in and just mix it up, do some new things. Just see what this is gonna take me.
Well, I'm excited for this part of your
very
career.
excited
I'm excited
too.
for this chapter. It's fun to have you sitting here and talk about there's a challenge, that you're hungry, you know, that you haven't felt that in a while. And I think that I'm excited to see what that brings out in you.
Definitely. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Julianna is a great fighter, but she's not better than me. You know, and I fight a lot of girls better than her. You know, in my best shape. You know, and I still walk away with my belt. So with Julianna, our next rematch, they're gonna be different.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.